good morning and welcome into the Morning Blend Extra. Today, of course, is Friday and it is March 28th. I'm DJ Baker. Coming up on today's show, we have a unique support animal, baseball curses, and some historic attractions just north of Rockford. But first, let's discuss the weather, as today we have already seen a few showers and even some thunderstorms make their way through across the state line. Luckily, those are quickly starting to come to an end as they're pushing off toward the south and east. And in its place, we're going to have partly cloudy skies, and man, is it going to be nice and warm. We'll top out into the middle and upper 70s, coming close to a record of 79 degrees set in the year 1910, but wind gusts may reach 35, if not closer to 40 miles per hour this afternoon. So while yes, it'll be nice to be outside, may not be the greatest day to go out and golf with just how strong those winds are going to be. Now, heading into this weekend, I put the first alert out there for Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, I think some isolated showers and thunderstorms are expected. With it, though, I do think the severe threat is going to be much more on the isolated side. I think mainly west of 55. But with that, though, we are going to be keeping a close eye, especially as we get over close to that Mississippi River. Sunday, I think, is the best day when it comes to shower and thunderstorm opportunity, mainly toward the afternoon hours, as we'll top out at 64 degrees earlier on in the day before temperatures steadily fall as we head toward the afternoon. Luckily, though, with our Sunday, most of the severe weather should stay well toward our south and east, but still can't rule out maybe a few severe thunderstorms throughout the state line, so we'll be keeping a very close eye on that. But we could potentially even see some of that rain transition into some snowfall as we head overnight Sunday into Monday morning, as temperatures are expected to drop close to that freezing point. Luckily, though, I don't think anything is going to be really sticking too much, as of course we'll have that rain and the ground is still going to be exceptionally on the warm side. Monday, though, only up to a high of 46 degrees, 49 in for us on Tuesday with that sunshine making its return. Another rain chance for us on Wednesday, a high of 61, and then clouds make their return as well on Thursday, a high of 53. Let's take a quick look outside our primetime audio video East State Street cam, where it pretty much just wrapped up raining here for us, as we even had a few rumbles of thunder and some heavier rainfall at some locations. When you think of emotional support animals, you often think of dogs or cats, but one Iowa woman is using a different animal that many people typically try to steer clear of. Reporter Emily Schrod shows us more.
Hi, baby. It's not every day you see a skunk making visits to cheer people up.
Look at his nose.
But that's exactly what Mr. Sushi does.
He's like really going to town.
Mr. Sushi is a fully domesticated, descented skunk and is a registered emotional support animal.
I've always wanted to give back in a sense, and in any way I can, really. And I was like, he brings so much joy to me and my husband, that, and everyone around us truly, I was like, this would be a great opportunity.
Iowa is one of 17 states where you can legally own a domesticated skunk. And while he's only about 10 months old, his owner, Chris Albert, says they're also working to get him certified as a therapy animal.
Are you curious?
I'm hoping that I can find someone that will work with me and help me to, just get that as an end goal, because, it would be really cool. And I don't know any therapy skunks, so it'd be cool to have him as that.
As he works toward that certification, he's been making visits around eastern Iowa. Earlier this month, Mr. Sushi stopped by the Coralville Police Department for a visit.
You could just tell, just from the morale and the boost, the interest, everything that Mr. Sushi brought was exactly what they're going for.
Would you like to hold him?
A nonprofit called Hanging with Heroes is also in the work for Alberts. She says the goal is to not only continue sharing Mr. Sushi, but to educate people about skunks.
They're very misunderstood. They're very sweet. They're so, their personalities are extremely social. They're very sensitive. I just want to bring him to people, to just share him, and like I keep saying, just that happiness that he brings.
A mysterious monolith appeared last week at a public art display outside of Las Vegas. The Nevada Museum of Art says the pillar was placed near the Seven Magic Mountains art display. Officials say it appeared last Friday and was installed without permission. It appeared about 12 feet tall, and it contained a QR code that appeared to be connected to a cryptocurrency website. This is not the first time a monolith has appeared near Las Vegas. A similar incident happened last summer near Gas Peak in the northern part of the valley.
I honestly think it's alien technology, kind of. I think that they're aliens kind of drop it off during the night. like out of nowhere, and it kind of just starts digging into the ground and like gathering information on the Earth's core and everything like that.
Well, I think the White Sox could use some extraterrestrial intervention to maybe get their teams back on the right track, or maybe their fortunes could turn around as the Chicago White Sox, depending on a 106-year-old baseball, and some fans think that this baseball is the root cause of just how bad they've been here, especially last season. Yesterday was the start of the new season for the Chicago White Sox after ending last year with a record 121 losses. Now, hopeful fans are looking for ways to take action. The focus is on this baseball used in the World Series in 1919, and that's the year the White Sox players were accused of taking money to throw games. It was dubbed the Black Sox scandal, and turns out the Tribune Tower in Chicago was unknowingly the home to this infamous baseball for decades. The ball was discovered in 2022 and moved to the Chicago Sports Museum, and some fans believe that that's when the White Sox started losing. Now the ball has been returned to the Tribune Tower with the hope of breaking the curse of the Black Sox ball.
It's hard to believe that this thing has any life left to it at all. It's like a prehistoric dinosaur egg. It's been around a long time.
And of course, the home opener yesterday at Guaranteed Rates Field, the White Sox end up beating the Angels. So, hey, is curse broken? I guess time will tell. Well, coming up, there are plenty to see and do at historic attractions up in Roscoe. We'll take a look at more after the break.
From the future, from the hard-hitting action of your Rockford Ice Hawks.
Shot on net, Slaggert scores! Takes it down to the goal line, draped it across, they score! It's Joey Anderson with a hat trick!
Local baseball action with your Beloit Sky Car.
He's at the wall, and that ball is gone!
To watching the best high school teams across Illinois battle in IHSA football and basketball championships. Exciting college basketball from the NBC. To the now of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Score! Here's Bernard with a shot. Scores! What a goal!
The Chicago Bulls.
Drives it all the way. Dunk it, Kobe White. Get up or get out the way.
And the Chicago White Sox. The hottest sports action can be seen on the channels of WSLN, the State Line's home for sports.
Spring in the State Line means severe weather season is here.
A powerhouse storm system.
But you're safe because you watched First Alert Weather, and you get the first alert with forecast for where you live. WIFR First Alert Weather, putting you first.
At Gray Digital Media, we craft engaging campaigns that grab attention and get results. Extending your message across all platforms. Gray Digital Media. We know local. GDMRockford.com.
At WIFR, local news is all about you. News in your neighborhood. Your first alerts to severe weather. Hometown sports. You're informed from people you trust, right here in your community, and not somewhere else. A team that's invested in your hometown as much as you are. Wherever and however you're watching, WIFR, your community, your news.
Welcome back to the Morning Blend Extra. We are joined by Alex Mary with Historic Attractions. And how are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Of course. You know, maybe we should give you guys a Black Sox ball, and maybe the White Sox could go on to win the World Series. I wonder if that would change up some luck.
That would be incredible. I wish. That would be an amazing ad.
Well, I know you guys are opening up for the season, and while you may not get the Black Sox ball, there are some other changes that we can expect to see this year. You mind going through some of those?
Absolutely. So we renovated some of our favorites, like the Stars. We updated Marilyn Monroe and Buddy Holly. We updated and renovated our White House furniture, Gangsterland, Frontierland. I mean, the list is endless. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the most popular attractions? I know the Elvis one I feel like is pretty popular. You have tons and tons of awesome cars.
Yes.
So kind of take me through, like, in your opinion, top three.
Some of the most favorite or highlighted exhibits are John F. Kennedy. That's a fan favorite for all ages. The Stars, Elvis, obviously. And then for me, a personal favorite is Miss Belvedere, which was a 1957 Plymouth, who is, I mean, she wasn't a person, car, put in the ground and used as a time capsule.
Okay, up on the screen, isn't this the Marilyn Monroe?
Yes, that's Marilyn Monroe and Buddy Holly. That's the renovated exhibit. We were able to extend those cases, give them the space that they needed, and actually added that red dress that you see in the case there.
So what's so special about that red dress?
She actually used it before she got, she started in movies. She used it a lot during her modeling. There's pictures that are shown next to it of her in use. But when we got it, it was actually pretty damaged.
Oh.
And we were able to repair it, restore it, put it in a shadow box, and the owner was very excited to add it this year.
I don't blame her one bit. So we, talked about celebrities, but like what other, you have like westerns, places, you have actually like movie props, is that correct too?
Yes, yeah, we have a couple of the Batmobiles on display. Yes, you need to come down and see those. We have a whole room dedicated to the movie Cleopatra in the late 1950s, I believe. So a lot of different things to see. We have the Nicolas Cage glasses from the
National Treasure.
National Treasure, yeah.
Yes.
The colored, yeah. We have those on display as well.
Do you have Declaration of Independence?
No, but we have some other pretty cool documents.
Maybe we should get
in the war room.
Maybe we need to get Nicolas Cage on.
That'd be awesome.
So what events are up and coming here?
Yeah, so we're opening April 1st. Our first big family event is Family Day. That's April 19th. We're going to be giving some discounts to some of our season passes, day passes, as well as giving some green thumb opportunities. We're looking at doing some planting to highlight when we have our cruise nights, putting some planters out, livening the place up a little bit.
Okay, you say cruise night. Are we talking Terry Cruise? Or are we talking about
That's
more along the lines of like actually
event.
driving?
That's my next event. Cruise nights start up in May. They are second Wednesday of every month from May to September. We'll see cool cars. We'll listen to great music. I'm actually working with Perfectly Seasoned Catering this year in Roscoe, and they're gonna do themed meals every single night. So you might see some burger options, you might see some taco options, some barbecue. Yeah.
Okay, question is, are the Batmobiles going to be driven through those?
Oh, no way. The owner would never let those out. I can promise you that.
So when it comes to like some of the other attractions, like kind of what should people expect going into it? Like I know you have your history buffs going to see like the Hall of Presidents. I know JFK exhibit. You have some of the people who are looking like more history, and then others are just looking more for entertainment. So like going into it, I feel like there's a little bit something for everybody.
Oh, absolutely. There's something for all ages. I would say about 2 to 3 hours to plan your day at the museum. You'll start out journeying through the Wild West, but take your time. I mean, you're going to immediately see John Wayne, Annie Oakley, and some other big icons just steps into the door. So there's a lot to see.
So I know there's a lot to see. What kind of recommendation would you give to somebody who's just coming into the first time? I mean, I know it is a massive space. What, 80,000 square foot?
Yeah, 86,000 square feet. I know. 25 different exhibit focuses. We recommend people get there as early as they can. Our last admission is at 4 p.m. just because, like I said, it does take about 2 hours to go through the entire building. So an hour isn't going to do it justice.
So since it is a big building and, a lot of walking, how accessible is it to, maybe somebody who's more handicapped? Like, is it wheelchair accessible, like easy to get around?
Absolutely. All of our exhibits are ADA compliant. It is a one-level building. There's no stairs, absolutely no trouble getting in and out of the restrooms. So it's enjoyable for everyone.
And how many restrooms do you guys have? Because I feel like with that big, you can't like go back and forth.
I have 2, 4, 6. I have 8 sets of restrooms throughout the entire building. So definitely good resting spots, but also I have seating areas, vending machines, so you can take a break. And if you get hungry midway through, go grab a lunch at Jessica's. Go grab lunch at Sophia's in Roscoe and come back and enjoy the rest of your day.
So when it comes to like purchasing tickets, like you just said, you can come in and you can leave and come back. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. We recommend if you enjoy so much of it in the morning and you want to go grab a bite to eat, go out and do so, come back in for your afternoon and enjoy the rest of it at your own pace.
So how much are tickets, and are there any like group discount rates?
Yes, we do have group discount rates. Our adults are 28 and we did some changes for our senior rate. It is now 25 this season and 17 for students. We do have group rates. Just give me a call or visit the website and submit me a form and I can get you detailed stuff on the groups.
All right, so where are you guys located? And I know you're opening, again, April 1st?
Yes, we're opening April 1st, and we are located in Roscoe, just right off of Metric Road, about a mile off of I-90 or right off of 251. You can go straight to our website to purchase tickets. Otherwise, you can come in and purchase them at the door.
Well, fantastic. Alex, thanks for coming on the show. I know
Absolutely.
I definitely, that is on my bucket list to go up there. There's just so many cool attractions. I think, again, you got me at the Batmobile.
Yes, you got to come see it. I do recommend it.
Well, coming up next, we'll have a sneak peek at several movies. Sadly, maybe not Batman, but we do have some that are releasing in theaters coming up today.
From the future. From the hard-hitting action of your Rockford Ice
Shot
Hawks.
on net. Slaggert scores! Takes it down to the goal line. Draped it across. They score! It's Joey Anderson with a hat trick.
Local baseball action with your Beloit Sky Car.
He's hit the wall, and that ball is gone!
To watching the best high school teams across Illinois battle in IHSA football and basketball championships. Exciting college basketball from the MVC. To the now of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Score! Here's Bernard with a shot. Scores! What a goal!
The Chicago Bulls.
Drives in. All the way! Dunk it, Kobe White! Get up or get out the way!
And the Chicago White Sox. The hottest sports action can be seen on the channels of WSLN, the State Line's home for sports.
Welcome back to the Morning Blend Extra. Weekend moviegoers can look forward to action, horror, or comedy. David Daniel has a look at all three of new films opening today.
When my wife passed and I left the Royal Marines, a lot of people would have given up on me. You gave me a job. You were patient with me. You, Carla, Jenny, you're my family.
And when a family member is kidnapped, Jason Statham vows to bring her back in A Working Man. Along the way, he uncovers a massive human trafficking ring in the action flick from David Ayer, who also directed Statham in last year's The Beekeeper.
When the sun is bright and the wind is still, she comes to you like a sudden chill.
From action to horror with The Woman in the Yard, Danielle Deadweiler plays a mother desperate to protect her children from a spectral figure who warns them today's the day.
Sorry, we're late.
What happened? You walked from the airport or what?
It's perfect timing.
I need you to act like everything is fine. Is there something in your car? A lot of species in this area are rare. What exactly are we saying this is, though?
It's a unicorn.
A not-so-mythical beast sparks the interest of a pharmaceutical company CEO in Death of a Unicorn. Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega lead the cast of the comic horror flick, which, spoiler alert, features more than one of the title creatures. Scanning for Bigfoot in Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Ooh, I am so looking forward to Death of a Unicorn. It looks funny. Paul Rudd, I love him, but Jenna Ortega, she's making her name for herself in horror movies. Well, that wraps up the Blend Extra for today. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the nice weather while we have it today, and be on the lookout for those storms this weekend.